In the times where we're fighting for gender equalities, we're supposed to learn linear inequalities. Can't help. Let's begin. So this video will be just the basics of this concept called linear inequalities. It's very important to get your basics right. I've still seen a lot of people trying to trip over the meaning of whole numbers as well as the natural numbers. You should have that thing in mind. And moreover, I think the explanation given in our schools, the problem is they tend to install that fear in the people about these signs here, okay? And see, everybody knows the meaning of greater than equal to or lesser than equal to. All these things are fine, but they tend to make up a lot of rules around this, telling if the negative sign is shifting from left to right, change the sign. All those things are not required. Just stick on to the basics, get your basics right first, and then only, you'll be able to solve questions. This video is out and out basic things, fine? Now, if you want to go to the advanced stuff, you can skip this video completely and go to the next video, but would not recommend that whatever happens, because this video talks about this video talks about the essential things. Now, let's start. First, whole numbers. The meaning of it, obviously, everybody knows. We'll just revise. Whole numbers always start off from the number 0 and goes off up to infinity. But the most important thing is we'll have to also focus on what and all it does not include. It doesn't include the negative numbers, decimals, or fractions. You gotta sit and remember this. Now, how do we solve a question based on this? And first of all, how do we start reading the question? That's the most important part. We always start off the question by trying to figure out what the unknown is. In this case, the unknown is x. So read from that. The school might have been taught in a different way. Ignore that. Read from this specific part. The unknown is x. Now, come to the left hand side and then the right hand side. It says x is greater than or equal to minus 3. Why am I using the word greater than or equal to? Because the opening part is towards x. So, compared to minus 3. So, whatever answer you're supposed to get is greater than minus 3, also equal to minus 3. And moreover, what is the meaning of equal to? It means in my answer, the specific number, in this case minus 3, is included. That's the meaning of this extra line called as equal to here. Very, very, very important thing, has to be registered in your mind. Next, once we read the left side, we'll have to read the right side. But again, starting from the same x, the same unknown. X is greater than or equal to minus 3 and x is less than 3. Why less than 3? Because this time the mouth has been closed there. Same concepts. Fine. Now, but this, whatever I've highlighted right now, is called as the question. This is called as the condition. Every main question based on inequalities will have two parts. One is the actual question, the other one is the condition. Both of them blended together only will give you something called as a solution set, okay? Also called as a final answer. Now, what we'll do is, let's try to think about common sense. If I draw a number line, the number line middle is always 0. Towards your left will always be these negative numbers, and towards your right will be positive numbers, starting from 1 and goes up to infinity. All these things we understood. Now, this specific question says it is x is greater than or equal to minus 3. So first things first, minus 3 is included, and anything which is greater than minus 3 will keep going towards the right side, trying to become more positive. What I'm trying to convey here is minus 4 is not greater than minus 3. Minus 2 only is greater than minus 3. Why? Number line. So I'll write all the possible answers. Don't get confused with these terms. I'm talking about the possible answers, not the final answer. Final answer only will be called as solution set. Okay. Possible answers I'm writing right now. So minus 3 I'll write. Why? Because the symbol was there, equal to. Then greater than meaning minus 2. Perfect. Minus 1. Correct. 0, 1, 2. I'll also write 3. But do you think 3 is supposed to be written? No, because look at the question again, the main question. The main question only has that symbol and not that equal to part there, which means if I write 3, it means my possible answers are wrong. Okay, so I'll have to start from minus 3 and end at 2 itself. These are my possible answers. Okay, this is only by reading the question. Now, just now I told you, your final answer depends on you trying to blend the question with the condition. The condition says whole numbers. Now, just now we learned something about whole numbers, which is nothing but they always start from 0. Cool. But the most important part is they do not include negative, decimal, or fraction. Do not include. Let's start scratching off. Minus 3 is negative, can't include. Minus 2 negative, can't include. Minus 1 negative, can't include. Can 0 be included? Yes. 1 be included? Yes. 2 be included? Yes. So my final answer, also called as a solution set. Solution set should always be in flower brackets. Will be 0, 1 and 2. Don't get confused. In this question, 3 will not get included because the symbol is missing. The equal to symbol is missing. So my final answer for the first question is 0, 1 and 2. Now you'll see, I'll take the same main question. I'll keep changing the questions further, and you'll also observe that all the answers of the solution set will not be the same. That's the changing part here. The condition is the most important thing. Only when it is blended correctly with the question, you get the right solution set. Now let's move to the next concept. It starts with natural numbers. It always starts with a number 1, obviously goes up to infinity. Now, most importantly, what doesn't it include? It doesn't include negative, 0, or decimals or fractions. All these things are there. Now, let's dive into the question. Let's start solving it. If you see, I've taken the same question, but what have I changed? I've changed only the condition. But before going to the question, let's read it again. We start off with the unknown. In this case, it's x. Again, first you come towards your left side and then towards your right side. Ignore what has been taught in school. X is greater than or equal to minus 3 and x is lesser than 3. Fine. So this is what I understood, which means I realized that minus 3, what are the possible answers? Minus 3 also belongs to the possible answers. Correct? Why? Because the symbol lesser than or equal to is there. So I'll write minus 3. It says greater than. Just now we spoke about minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2. Should I write 3? No, because the symbol is not there. So these are my possible answers. Is this my solution set? Not yet. Now, how do I get my solution set? Only by trying to merge that with my condition. The condition says what here? Natural numbers. Just now, okay, we'll eliminate stuff right now. Natural numbers do not include negative. So minus 3 goes off, minus 2 goes off, minus 1 goes off. Natural numbers start with the number 1, which means 0 also goes off. So right now, my final answer for the solution set will be 1, 2. So same question, different condition, different answer. That's how things work. So in the next video, we talk about questions which are repeated in almost all the board exams, and always understand this chapter is where you can score really well if you focus on the basics, which is this video, and drawing the number line. Okay, it hardly takes you like 15 seconds to draw it, but it's worth it. So if you guys are done with this video, the next video talks about the advanced stuff and the most important stuff for your board exam. So watch that, and for more videos like this, subscribe to the channel.